Hi students, welcome to today's online class. Today we are going to learn about basic networking devices. So in the previous class we learned about what is data communication and computer network, right? So to establish any network, what are the devices needed? So what are the functionalities of that devices we will learn in this class. Okay, so there are here you can see these basic networking devices are classified into two ways, that are hardware components and software components. Coming to hardware means what? We learned hardware, right, which we will see and touch. So that are devices. You can see here there are 8 devices are there, that are cables, network interface card, repeaters, hubs, switches, routers, gateways and bridges. These all are hardware devices which are used for network connections. Okay, so cables means what? Generally cables is of we can say for a data transmission across the network. These cables are used. Cables are nothing but like wires, how you will see in lab, right, which are connected to CPU and monitor, like any of the cables which are used in the network. Okay, these may be of coaxial cable, twisted pair cable and optical fiber are the commonly used cables in networking environment. So about these cables we will learn in the further classes of this unit only. We will see what is a network interface card now. So NIC, in short we will call it as a NIC card. So using this card should be connected to a computer CPU, that cabinet which holds serves as an interface with which computer forms connection with the network. So this NIC can be specified as an expansion card. We can call it as what? Expansion card present on the system. So it has a port to plug into the network cable. Port means what? The connection place. So the every connection place can be connected through the port only. So the role of NIC is to transform the data signals into electrical or optical signals. So whatever the files will be in your computer, that all will be in the form of what? Data, right? So to transmit that, this data has to be converted into electrical signals or optical signals. So NIC does this work. So it converts these data signals into electrical or optical signals. Then from one system to another system, after reaching the destination, again these electrical signals are converted into where? Data signals in the destination computer also. So next, repeater. Repeater is also a device which amplifies the signals. Amplify means it increases the strength of the signal. If the data is transmitting with some speed, so if the network is of a long distance, sometimes the network signals may fails, means it loses its strength. Speed transmission will leads to slow transmission. So at that time, if you use a repeater, it reproduces the original strength of the signal. It copies the signals bit by bit and reproduces a new signal which is of the strength which it has at the initial stage. Okay, so you can see, observe the figure here. Through the network, if a repeater is used, it amplifies the signal. Slow transmission, avoiding slow transmission, speed transmission of data can be done by using a repeater. Okay, next is hubs. Hub is also a device which is like similar like a repeater, but it has many ports. So like for example, you can take it as a like extension box we will use in your homes, right? So like that, hubs are used in network. It connects multiple segments belonging to the same network. Same network computers can be connected to only one hub only. So by sending the data from one segment to another, so hub serves as a central point for various devices. All the devices that can be connected as you can connect a printer, scanner, everything, whatever the hardware devices, all that connected to a centralized hub. So these multiple segments are connected to a hub. It broadcasts the data to all the devices connecting to the ports. So considerably increasing the network traffic. It increases the network traffic as it is having multiple ports to connect in it. And the next one is switches. Switch can be specified as a central point that connects various devices such as computers, printers and routers within the network. So while performing the data transfer, why we will use the network to perform any data transfer, so data transmission or uploading, downloading or anything which related to the internet, right? So to transfer a file from one system also to another system. If you are in an internet cafe, if you are taking any print of one page from any system, it can be done using a network only. Okay, network may be of internet connected or without internet connected also, we call it as a what? Network only. So switches is a central point that connects various devices. While performing data transfer, each data frame holds the address of the destination. The major advantage of switch is what? It addresses the MAC address. So it holds the MAC address of the destination computer. So to which the data has to be sent. Suppose if you want to send a file to your to the one of the system where the group of systems are connected. So to the specific system only, using switch you can forward the file. It means it contains a MAC address. The address of the destination computer is called as MAC address. Using that MAC address only, switch can forward the file to the destination computer appropriately, means correctly. So without forwarding to all the computers. These connected devices, all computers, the connected devices may be of computers, printers, scanners, everything, all are called as what? Nodes. We call it as what? Nodes. N-O-D-E, node. So improving the network performance. By using switches, you can improve the network performance. Before forwarding the data packets, the switches will check for the errors and only forward the packet that do not have any errors to the destination computer. You can observe the figure here, switch 1, 2, 3, 4, all the computer connections here. So the destination computer which you want to send the file to that particular system only, the file can be forwarded. Routers can be described as devices connected to the system in order to use internet. To use an internet, so in internet we will learn about networks, local area network. Already I explained in the previous classes. So if the two networks are of different, so they make use of network addresses for filtering and forwarding of data packets to different network location. One is of LAN and another one is of metropolitan area network. So at that time we need to use routers to use the internet. The network address or the address given to the computer connected to the network. Router maintain routing table for storing different network addresses of computer. Apart from this, the role of the routing table is to store information that corresponds to the data meant for transmission and also rules that filter network traffic. It is a network layer device. Router is what? A network layer device. So it is an interconnection. A router maintains a routing table, means a routing table which network is connected to your system, whether it is your system is connected to a LAN or your system is connected to a metropolitan area network. So all the detailed information can be stored in where? Routing table. Based on routing table only routers can work. You can observe here router 1, router 2. So next is gateways. A gateway can be defined as a device or a service used for translating communication protocols and for establishing communication between two similar or distinct LANs. So these gateways are used especially when you are establishing a communication between two similar networks or two different networks. So if one is of Ethernet, here Ethernet, the word Ethernet means what? Where all the systems are connected in a same network, and token ring. Token ring means what? We will learn in the further classes in topology session. Two different networks that can communicate using gateways. So bridges is also one of the devices which are used not to just filters the network traffic, but also transmits the traffic between multiple networks. Filtering means what? If any errors are there, before forwarding it to the destination computer, the errors will be rectified. So it transmits the traffic between multiple networks, not only a single network. multiple networks data transmission can be done using bridges, like how we will see a bridge which connects to edges of a river, like that, right? So here also to connect any multiple networks, bridges are used. And next we will see software components. For data transmission, these software components are also needed, that are protocols and device drivers. So protocol means what? It is a set of rules or conventions that are defined in order to control the communication between two devices. How the data has to be transferred, to which system the data has to be transmitted. So all the details will be maintained using these protocols. It basically represents an agreement which is made between the communicating devices. So if set of protocols are not defined between the devices, so then it is not possible for these devices to communicate despite of being connected. Even though the network establishment is done between any group of the computers, in between two computers, so there should be of any of the protocol. We will see some of the protocols in the further classes, which when we are talking about OSI model, like everything. So the main establishment for using network protocol is what? HTTP. HTTP means so hypertext transfer protocol, so which you will learn later. So next software component is a device driver. So device drivers can be defined as it's a program whose basic operation is to control the functionality of the hardware device. So device driver means if we connect a printer to your computer, you need to have any device drivers related to that particular hardware. So using that particular device drivers only, the hardware component can work efficiently. So the functions of NIC is controlled by NIC driver, like that. So for every hardware devices which you are connected to a computer, it should have some device drivers for its functionality. So finally you can observe here all of the devices. So router can be two switches between two networks, this router is used. So switch means what? To appropriate destination. You can observe the figures here. So hub means what? It has multiple ports which are connected. So bridge means what? So group of networks, the similar networks like Ethernet or different networks like Ethernet and ring topologies are connected using the bridge. Thank you. This is about basic networking devices. So I hope you all understood this. So I will forward you the notes related this. Just go through it. Thank you. We will see in the next class.